All right, let's dive right in. If you're an entrepreneur looking to connect skilled nurses with patients who need them, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down the official legal roadmap for starting a nurse registry right here in California. We'll turn all that complicated legal jargon into a clear, step-by-step guide for you. So, you've got the big idea, you've got the passion, and you definitely see the need out there. But you're probably wondering, where do I even start with all the legal stuff? Well, think of this explainer as your personal guide. We're going to walk you through every single critical step on your journey. Let's get into it. We've broken this whole process down into 6 key parts. First, we'll nail down exactly what a nurse registry is in the eyes of the law. Then, we'll cover your first legal steps, the all-important contracts and fee structures, your day-to-day duties, the big rules to keep you out of trouble, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with a simple checklist to get you rolling. Okay, first things first, you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, right? Well, for your business, the legal definition is the blueprint. And you got to get this right from the very beginning, because it literally defines everything you can and, more importantly, cannot do. So, according to the California Civil Code, a nurse registry is basically a matchmaker. Your business is all about assigning a self-employed private duty nurse to a patient. And that's the key phrase here, self-employed. You are not their employer. You are their agent, a connector. Honestly, this is the single most important concept to get your head around. And this is where a lot of people can get tripped up. There's a huge difference between what you're doing and what a home health agency does. A registry, that's you, connects independent contractors to patients. A home health agency actually employs nurses. This one distinction affects everything: your contracts, your advertising, how money changes hands, the whole shebang. You have to operate strictly as a registry to stay compliant. Okay, so now that we know what we're building, it's time to lay the foundation. These are the legal steps you absolutely have to take before you can even think about opening your doors. So once you've legally formed your business, your LLC, your corporation, whatever you choose, your very first compliance task under California law is to get a surety bond. This is non-negotiable. You cannot operate without it. And the magic number here is $3,000. That's the required bond amount. You'll need to get this from a company that's approved by the state and then file a copy of it with the California Secretary of State. So, you might be asking, what's this bond even for? Well, here's the thing. It's not really for you. It's a financial safety net for everyone else. It protects the public and the nurses you work with. If your registry does something wrong, fraud, being dishonest, or just failing to provide services, this bond makes sure there's money there to help make things right. With that foundation in place, it's time to build the framework of your business. And that means getting your contracts and your fee structures perfectly in order. The law is super specific about what these documents have to include. Now, what's really interesting here is just how prescriptive the law is. Your contract with each nurse is not just a formality, it's a legally regulated document. It has to clearly state that you are the nurse's agent, spell out how either of you can end the agreement, and explain exactly how and when they'll get statements of fees. It even has to tell nurses about their right to dispute your fees. This contract is truly the backbone of your relationship. When it comes to what you charge, transparency is everything. The law demands it. You have to give every nurse a copy of your fee schedule before you even interview them. That schedule has to be posted somewhere obvious in your office, and you can't just change it on a whim. Any updates need to be posted for a full 7 days before they take effect. It's all about making sure the nurses know exactly what they're signing up for. All right, your business is legally set up. Fantastic. Now let's talk about the day-to-day grind. California law spells out some very specific duties you have to perform to run a compliant registry. Think of yourself as a gatekeeper of quality and safety, because that's your legal duty. You have to verify in writing all the experience and training a nurse puts on their application. And even more importantly, you have to physically inspect their nursing license, make a note on their application that you've seen it, and write down its expiration date. This is a crucial step for protecting patients and your business's reputation. I know, meticulous record keeping isn't always the most exciting part of the job, but it's not just a good idea, it's the law. For every single assignment, you have to keep a permanent log with all of these specific details, from the exact minute an order came in to the fee you charged. And you have to hang on to these records for at least a year. Okay, now for one of the most important sections. Pay close attention here. This is the what not to do list. Ignoring these rules can land you in some serious legal and financial hot water, so let's make sure you stay on the right side of the law.
This one's super simple and completely absolute. You cannot charge a nurse any fee just to sign up with your registry, period. Your money comes from the service fees you earn by making great matches, not from charging admission.
This rule is all about preventing shady kickbacks. The law strictly forbids you from dividing up your fees with a doctor, a hospital, or anyone else involved in patient care. Your business has to be built on legitimate assignments, not on back-channel referral deals. Honesty is the only policy when it comes to advertising. It's mandatory. All of your ads must have the correct legal name and contact info for your registry. And of course, you can't make any false promises or misrepresent the jobs you have available. And here we are, full circle, right back to our very first point. This is probably the biggest don't in advertising. You can never, ever, under any circumstances, represent your business as a home health agency. In fact, the law actually requires you to give a written disclosure to every patient, clearly stating that you are not a home health agency, and even providing contact info for where they can file complaints. Whew, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's bring it all home and wrap it up into a final actionable checklist. This is your entire roadmap simplified. And there it is, 6 clear steps to take you from just an idea to a fully launched business. Form the company, get the bond, draft the legal docs, create your fee schedule, set up your daily systems, and master the advertising rules. If you follow this roadmap, you'll know you're building your business on a solid legal foundation. So the path is all laid out for you, straight from California law. It's clear, it's structured, and it's designed to protect everyone involved. The only question left is the one right there on the screen. Now that you have the map, where does your journey begin?
Ready to turn your idea into a compliant nurse registry? Call Incorporation Attorney today and let us guide you through every legal step.